and I'm glad to read this. And it said some persons enter our lives with an explosion. They draw our attention with great fanfare, electricity, and charisma. As with a dime store pop star, the lights on the stage cause us to stand in awe of their magnificence and talent. They leave us with an imprint of greatness lining the memories of our minds with the momentary enthusiasm of their impact. But some persons enter our lives quietly, unceremoniously, and almost clandestinely, absent of fanfare. Like an enduring high school teacher, they enter the fiber of our lives with an organic simplicity. Over time, we feel the fiber of our own being strengthened without clarity on its origins. These persons' imprint is often unnoticed until time has passed over us as quietly as a breeze. Yet the impression left on our lives is deep, abiding, and transformational. I fear that too often in my life I've been the pop star, bold entrances and shallow impressions. Jimmy, however, is that high school teacher. He came into my life quietly, without inserting himself or demanding recognition. He organically entered the deepest fibers of my life, both personally and professionally, and I didn't even know it. He and Faith would take my wife and child into their home on those nights I would be off on a mission trip or ministering somewhere, calming their fear and loneliness by simply being there. He served me diligently, referring to me as his pastor for 13 years. I was not a good leader at that time. I was harsh, moody, short-tempered, perfectionistic, yet his kindness coupled with his willingness to remain unseen, absorbed by immaturity and my arrogance. He would simply accomplish whatever I asked him to do. I watched him serve so many in the same way. Undervalued, unrecognized, not fully appreciated, yet he was always faithful. His value was not in being right in an argument, but being right with God. All who knew him were impacted by his contagious laugh, his silly humor, his patience with others, his passion for worship, his willingness to leave it all on the line. He made those around him better without them knowing that he was the impetus that God used for that transformation. When I would want to give up on someone, he would ask if I would give him a chance to redeem them. Oh, and how often he did. I'll be forever grateful that God allowed us to reconnect in the last year. We spent hours through phone, text, or just sitting in his living room, reminiscing and regurgitating stories. We laughed, we cried. As my wife tells it, we sounded like two old soldiers retelling our war stories. In our last conversation, we talked a lot about worship. The realization began washing over me. It was not I who had taught him. Rather, it was Jimmy, who had quietly, steadily taught me true worship as a lifestyle. The memories were visceral. I transported back a quarter of a century, and I realized in those treasured final moments, the dime store pop star was once again sitting